I am Dr. Sujata. I have completed my fellowship in diabetes and I'm an MBBS MD graduate. So today I'm going to give you an overview or a talk regarding the diabetes awareness. Just a simple talk where I'm going to tell you about the difference between type 1 and type 2 diabetes, that is, understanding type 1 and type 2 diabetes. So, what is diabetes? That is one thing we have to know what is diabetes. So, diabetes is a state of persistent blood sugar which is going to happen in our body due to two things. So, the food which we eat is converted into smaller particles which is called as glucose, and this glucose in layman's term is nothing but it is the sugars, and this glucose is very necessary for the even and the normal action of each and every cell of the body, because the glucose is what is providing energy to our body and helping our body function in a smooth manner. But what happens is this glucose utilization via the cells require a hormone in a body which is called as insulin. So at times, what happens is this insulin is secreted by the beta cells which are present in the pancreas. These beta cells produce insulin, and insulin is responsible for the glucose metabolism. But in diabetes, what happens is the insulin is going to become deficient, or insulin is present but still its utilization is or its actions are not taking place at the level of the cell receptor site, so that basically it is going to either be less, or it is going to be either present but it's not still having its actions. So basically diabetes is a state of persistent high sugars due to insufficient secretion of insulin and or inefficient action of insulin. So, because of this inefficient or insufficient action, there will be abnormalities created, because it is going to produce many dysfunctions in the body as it's going to increase the glucose in our body. So, basically, when you happen to understand different types of diabetes, we are having type 1 diabetes, type 2 diabetes, and we have another special variety of diabetes which occurs only during pregnancy, that is called as gestational diabetes or diabetes in pregnancy. And then we have another type of others. Others are sometimes belonging to the type 2 category only. They are also called as MODY and LADA. MODY stands for maturity onset diabetes of the young, and LADA stands for latent autoimmune disease of the adult. So these are all certain categories of diabetes, but I am here to throw a light for you on type 1 and type 2 diabetes. So now first coming, as I already told you, because of insulin is what is responsible in our body for the glucose metabolism. So type 1 diabetes and type 2 diabetes, how do we differentiate type 1 and type 2 diabetes, and what are the basic pathophysiology of type 1 and type 2 diabetes is what we are going to understand in this small awareness session. To continue, what are the differences between type 1 and type 2 diabetes? Usually, type 1 diabetes is that type of diabetes which is affecting the younger age population. So, earlier the type 1 diabetes was called as the juvenile onset diabetes, or it was also called as insulin dependent diabetes. So, type 1 diabetes usually affects 5% of the population, and type 1 diabetes usually affects the younger population and for people who are less than 18 years. And in type 1 diabetes, what happens is there is absolute deficiency of the insulin. What is that? Is because due to some autoimmune conditions or some insult to the pancreas, what would have happened is the beta cells would have stopped functioning, and there is an absolute deficiency of insulin. Because there is an absolute deficiency of insulin, these people with type 1 diabetes do not have insulin in them. So for such people, definitely we would require insulin in the course of the treatment, because insulin is very, very necessary for each and every cell to function in a smooth and a proper manner. So, in type 1 diabetes, what is happening is there is an absolute deficiency of the insulin, and they need insulin, and usually it is usually seen in young age, and they will have a normal BMI. When you see people with type 1 diabetes, they will not be too obese. Their BMI will still be normal, and people with type 1 diabetes usually present at the younger age, and they present in symptoms. What happens is in them, the symptoms appear very early. So, what are the symptoms of diabetes that you know very well? The symptoms of diabetes is unusual thirst, excessive urination, then extreme fatigue and extreme irritability. So, all these are few symptoms of the diabetes. So, in people with type 1 diabetes, these symptoms usually occur at a very earlier stage, and the duration in which, if you see, the symptoms appeared, they would have appeared in a very shorter time. So that is type 1 diabetes. And some people with type 1 diabetes mellitus, they usually present in a state of diabetic coma or a diabetic ketoacidosis. So this is about the type 1 diabetes. Then what is type 2 diabetes? So in type 2 diabetes, it has only two primary defects. The two primary defects are either there is an insulin insufficiency or an insulin action, that is, the insulin production is not there. So there will be insufficient production of the insulin by the pancreatic cells, but still we will have some insulin present. And also another defect is, though the insulin is present, it won't be able to act at the cell level because of the insulin resistance. So the two main principles of type 2 diabetes is insulin resistance and insulin deficiency. So these two things are the defects in the type 2. So who is at risk of type 2 diabetes is, this usually occurs because either it will be the pancreatic cells would have undergone any insult, so that the pancreatic cells are not producing enough insulin. There will be programmed cell death of the pancreatic cells. That is why the insulin is less produced in the body, or at the level of the cell, the insulin receptors will not act properly. So what will happen? The insulin will not be able to exert its action. So who is at risk of this type 2 diabetes mellitus? Obesity, then sedentary lifestyle, and consuming lot of glucose, not exercising, and they have a strong family history of diabetes. Such people are all prone to get type 2 diabetes. And nowadays we also have childhood obesity, one of the reasons for developing diabetes once you reach around 30 to 35 years. So all these people with more abdominal circumference and abdominal fat, all these, they do have a chances, or they are prone to the type 2 diabetes. So this is the basic difference between type 1 and type 2 diabetes. The take home message is, how do you understand or differentiate type 1 and type 2 diabetes is, type 1 usually affects the lesser percentage of population. In type 1 there is absolute deficiency of the insulin. So type 1 people do require insulin as part of the treatment. It can either be given through insulin pumps or insulin pumping devices. They do need insulin. Whereas in type 2 diabetes mellitus, it should either be deficient production of insulin, which I would tell as insulin deficiency or insulin insufficiency, or it will be at the level of the action, the insulin receptors would not act properly, and that is called as insulin resistance. So these are the basic differences between type 1 and type 2 diabetes.